Are Razorgor herds any good? Hoo boy, so I said I didn't want to cover Chaos Warhounds yet because they're loners, but the Razorgors are definite Beastmen goodies. Since we've done the chariots, you may be wondering, okay, so are these armor-piercing but they're a creature horde, like flesh hounds, but they chew armor? Yeah, pretty much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider donating to my Ko-fi page. I'm trying to be informative and entertaining, but I'm always learning too. Lorehammer away. Razorgor herd units clock in at 32 models on Ultra with 6176 HP between them, so 193 per model, which is far from low, but it's a low HP for the unit itself. Armor is 45, which is nowhere near what you get for the chariots. Leadership is 55, but considering the nature of the unit, we can't expect better. Speed is 70. Wait, 70? That's pretty high. Melee attack starts at 24, which is low, but not exactly a shock. Attack interval is 4, which is like standard melee infantry with a max 2 splash targets. Melee defense is an anemic 18, but this is like a scaled up hound unit, so let's not consider that too shocking. Weapon strength is 52, 16 base, and 36 armor piercing, which is legitimately scary. Charge bonus is 46, which is pretty ferocious considering the rest, and mass is 1500. Wait, mass is 1500? That's equal to a bunch of chariots and there's 32 models? Are there real possibilities here? Though this unit is considered anti-infantry, there's no actual game mechanic bonus making them hit harder. Let's get this out of the way. This unit has Rampage. You know, that ability Legends of Total War truly and deeply hates. Well, it's here. This is a unit of ferocious beasts. You point in the general direction of the enemy, but when they get hurt, they go feral. I mean, even more feral than they already are. Feral, armor-piercing hogs. What will the beast kids think of next? Anyway, you have to assume you'll lose control in any serious fight, so the real job is getting them in combat against the targets you prefer. Find control after that may or may not be possible. Razorgor herds inflict fear since, they're scary. They also have Strider, and can hide in forests, both really useful for flanking actions. This isn't a Vanguard deployment unit, but 70 speed that isn't reduced traveling through forest. Wow, that's pretty good. These are beasties you do not want to meet in a dark alley, or dark forest, without prior warning. So what are the downsides? Obviously, they are only half-decently armored. Rampage gets them in trouble, and 18 melee defense is begging to be cut down by anti-large units. Now for the Redline Lord skills. We have Beast Lord Lash. Hold on, this is worth reading out loud. No beast can be truly controlled, but these desperate contrivances bring the smallest semblance of order. Well put. Bravo. That sets the tone. So all this does is add a maximum of plus 6 melee attack and plus 12 charge bonus for the Razorgor herds, and stuff in the same category, namely Warhounds and Harpies, which is good to know. That means 30 melee attack and 58 charge bonus for this particular unit. The melee attack is welcome, but high charge bonus on a Rampage unit. Ouch. But that's what you get for going Feral Hog. Creatures of the Herd is one we've covered before, so at rank 7 they can have 10% more speed, 12 more charge bonus, and 15% missile resistance, all helpful. So that means a charge bonus of 70 for the Razorgor Herd. Oh my chaos god, 70 on an armor-piercing unit. How about tats? Yes, there are a few. Bestial Resilience. Well, that's very straight as naming goes, but 10% physical resistance for Chaos Warhounds, Harpies, Razorgor Herd, and Feral Manticore units. Okay, since these units tend to be low armor and have little chin, this is actually a major boost to their durability? Let's see. Rolling Death! Love this name. Melee defense plus 5 for this unit and the chariots. Bonus versus infantry plus 5 for this unit and the chariots. Oh, let's see. Since there's 32 models, this bonus is actually very impactful. Man Cleavers. Edgy. That wasn't an intended pun. Weapon strength plus 10% for Razorgor herd units, and some AP for Warhounds and Harpies. Razorgor are inherently armor-piercing, so this really adds to their hitting power. So, where does this leave us? Well, you have a unit of feral hogs that hit like trucks that can achieve speed 77 with redline boosts and charge bonus 70 with attack, anti-infantry, melee defense, and physical resistance buffs. Nothing extreme, but all helpful. As a player, you should think of your charge as your one and only chance to control the outcome. Once they engage, they're in it until they win, they rampage, or they run. If it takes an extra few seconds to maneuver them in behind the enemy, then maybe that's what you do. You won't get a reliable second chance to dictate to them. It should be obvious, but this is one of the most pure hammer units in a hammer and anvil tactic you could come across. They need a threatening unit to occupy opponents, especially if you're forced to charge an anti-large unit yourself. All that said, it's like all of the armor piercing denied to the basic centaurs got crammed into this unit. Unbuffed, unloved by your shamans, they may have a hard time connecting in a brawl, but they'll hurt. This may not be the most reliable unit in your roster, but it's the big daddy of creature hordes, able to do things the others simply can't. Some of it is clearly hoping for the best, but that speed means you can unleash them at a point you think they'll be useful. And squishy missile units trying to focus them? Well, that's what the centaurs are for, right? Take care, and have fun going hog wild. Yes, I had to say it. You're welcome.